as I work lighting schemes and setups and move things so that I look better, I realize that my portrayal of myself is not what's important. So I'm just going to start this video here. The lighting is not the best. I wish I had the light over there so you can see my face. But in the end of the day, I can procrastinate. I can try to make perfect this visage in order for me to bring you a messy conglomerations of thoughts. Because I don't really expect this particular video to be tethered to a specific idea other than the idea of which was 2 weeks. Now it's tethered to the idea of 1 week, 5 days. Now, what I mean by that is about 2 weeks ago, Nancy Pelosi did the impeachment, the whistleblower. Everything was lining up within 2 weeks, and now I found out that the IG report is coming out on Friday. There's been talk of civil war in our country, and I balk at the idea because it's kind of silly. But at the same time, I understand it because I've been engaged in the Civil War because at this particular point in time, the war of thought is the main fight. Because for years and years, language, rhetoric, for thousands of years, rhetoric has been the primary tool of control. If you can control the conversation, then you can control the thoughts and minds. Now, in the basic sense of it, or the most biblical sense of it, that is rhetorical. Rhetorical, biblical conversation. So if you speak about an all power, then you think, well, then do you consider that person an all powerful God? Do you place the discussion in Noah? Do you say that there were animals? Like, you need to control the way people frame the conversation in order to win the conversation. The most recent, I'm going to say contrivance of it because I think it's a good word. The most recent contrivance of this has been the LGBTQ movement. Now, the needs of specific individuals in specific situations do weigh heavily on the status of LGBTQ individuals in our society, as well as the understandings of the way. No, let me back up. It's not understandings. It's more the acceptance and the shut the fuck up. If you want to love a woman or you want to love a man, whatever. That was the original argument. But now, what has happened is that the idea of acceptance has morphed into a way of control. Like defining your pronouns, cis. All these ideas are ways in which to control the conversation. Okay? So now in 2 weeks, we are talking about impeachment. President Trump is talking about Ukraine, Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden saying, if my dad wins, I'm going to withdraw from China. We have trade deals with China. Everything is going on right now. And the reason I haven't made a video in a while is because I needed to take some time to just watch, reflect, look, think. And what I'm finding, what I feel, and I'm going to try to break it down. The Democrats, the DNC, they know they did something wrong. Like, I was thinking of this analogy when I was thinking about doing a video. Here it is. Think of a child, or think of any kind of 80s comedy movie where a child or a person destroys a room, and then the person who owns the room is walking towards the room, and the kid or the character runs in front of the person, like, tries to trip them up, or like tries to like say all these things, like, oh yeah, no, don't go in that room, no, or like, oh no, look at this, it's like the DNC should just admit that there has been wrongdoing. See, that's the problem. Here's the problem. All they need to do is that they need to admit there has been some wrongdoing, but as a whole, we are trying to do better. But they can't admit they're doing any wrongdoing. Like, there's been so many Democrats that have been gone to jail, have been arrested for child trafficking, fraud, embezzlement, misallocation. I understand that I'm in a bubble, and I'm not in a bubble, but I am because over the last 3 years I've sought news that was, I believed to be truthful, that has been apologetic and retracts when they're incorrect, and is open and honest about their opinions. And I've found very little solace in the fact that the DNC simply can't say there's been some malfeasance. But the reason they can't is because it's a party. It's a party. Sidebar. I don't trust doctors or lawyers. Obviously, I go to a doctor, and if I need a lawyer, I'll get a lawyer. But the reason I don't trust them is because they don't have jobs. They have practices. They don't actually have a job. They practice. So if they cut off your left leg, it's supposed to be your right, or if they miss, elusive evidence and you're in jail for 10 years, oops, not a job, just a practice. Engineering companies, they have firms. They're like, we're going to build it. Firm. I just find everything about what's happening too knives edge, too razor's edge, too tip of the spear to comment snarkily or from a place of intelligence. I believe in 5 days the IG report will come out. People will read it over the weekend. On Monday, I want people to understand that what is important is you. Some people say I've gotten fat. Assholes.